Welcome to a bonus episode of Let's Play Battlefield 1942. On today's episode we're returning for the Battle of Gazala a second time. And although I had suggested that I was not going to do this, for this bonus episode I will be playing as the anti-tank class for the entire round. And actually we're going to go over to Axis because I did the Allied side, I think, the first Gazala match. Now, the reason I'm going to be doing the anti-tank class is people have requested it, and it's the one class that I haven't played a full round for. The reason I hadn't done a full round for it before is because it's a very situational class. It only comes in handy if you know there's a particular tank that you need to destroy while you're on foot. Usually that means you're being camped in at a base or something, you just got killed and you respawn. I'm flying over the secret, semi-secret airfield that exists on this map in the northwest corner. It's associated with the Allied uncapturable base. It can't be modified. And the only reason that you know it's Allied is that it's got all the British planes. I mean, it's pretty much the same distance from the Allied base as it is from the Axis base, and there's always kind of a race that goes on. Sometimes people will take a plane over there and jump out to take the B-17 bomber. Sometimes people just take a jeep. You never quite know who's going to show up over there. Sometimes people won't drive over there because they think all the planes are going to be gone. But at any rate, this round it's not going to be so bad as the anti-tank because I'm probably and hopefully going to be in a vehicle for the entire match, so the infantry kit's not going to have that much of an effect. Let me see if I can find where that tank was who was rolling around here for some reason. Okay, still in that position. I'm going to swing around behind. Let's see if I can... Alright, we may have crashed into each other. Did I even get a credit for a kill? Well, I see he got the credit. My kill credit may have scrolled up. I've often found it kind of tricky to lead targets when they're airplanes taking off from the runway. You think they're going slower because they're on the ground, they're not in flight yet, but they can be going as fast as a jeep, so you have to lead a lot. I don't know why this flag is still neutral, I guess. Right, the bazooka shot missed, probably scared him a little bit. There's actually a little bit of quasi-splash damage when you get the bazooka right near him. And if you do hit him with the bazooka shell, see that poor engineer, he should have thrown some X-Packs at me or something. If you do hit someone with the bazooka shell, that's an instant kill. And here the bazooka is useful. Got one solid hit, I think, on the side. Maybe it was on the top. You should know I'm there, but there's a lot of places you can hide. And I didn't see any smoke on the tank, so I probably hit him on the top the first time. And now with 2 hits, he's still firing back at me. And that's... Alright, there we go. Finally got him with the bazooka. See, here's the problem that I have with the bazooka in general. Even though I was kind of in an ideal position there, hidden in the bunker, I had a good aim on the tank. He wasn't too far away. It still took 3 bazookas to take the tank down. So even though that's basically the entire purpose of having the anti-tank class, it's still difficult to score the kill. And if he had jumped out of the tank when it was damaged, I would have had to deal with whatever infantry kit he had. And no, it's kind of I'm not actually going to hit a plane with the bazooka. It is possible to do. Some people, for whatever reason, become expert at it, but it's more of a traditional kind of a thing. And that's your bazooka to the face kill. Now I've got to deal with the enemy grenades. Your best strategy if you're dealing with infantry as an anti-tank is steal an enemy kit. And I don't know how that shot missed. Alright, I got a hit, wasn't a headshot. think I've worn out my magical engineer rifle accuracy skills today. Obviously, I've neglected to enable my hacks. Alright, well, the tank was probably too far away for me to catch up with it anyway, so I may as well be bombed so I can respawn in. And that's a friendly plane bombing a friendly control point in an empty tank. Luckily it's on the repair pad, so no harm done. And this is how I would like to spend most of this round, actually being in a tank so I don't have to deal with the issues surrounding the anti-tank kit. I don't believe there's anything on the repair pad. Yeah, he's throwing grenades, so at least I know he's not an engineer. Engineer, of course, being the only class that doesn't come with grenades. The engineer is the one I'm really afraid of when I'm on this control point, because there's so many opportunities to get hit with a landmine or X-Packs even. Okay, we actually took this flag already, so I'm just going to turn around. One thing that's kind of interesting about this position on the map is there are 3 different paths you can take, so that ups your chances of being able to ambush the enemy. Just take a different path than them. That's why I kind of like going on the side, one of the 2 side paths, as opposed to going straight forward through the central path. I think we're in a pretty good position to inflict bleed on the enemy for a while now. You have to have 3 out of the 4 flags to inflict the bleed, and the 1 flag that these guys have, there's a good shot to the back of the tank somehow. That got them really smoking. This flag is isolated from the other one, so even though they have this flag for the moment, there's a good chance they'll have trouble. And yep, I expected to get some bazooka people after me because it's their only flag and it takes a while to turn it neutral. You have to go right up against the fence, and they all obviously know I'm here. It's another bazooka, and a 3rd bazooka. Possibly a 4th one as well. Yeah, I like this position because you can angle right up against, you can fire a tank shell right into the medicine cabinet. People very often hide in there. Definitely going to have to deal with that plane as he turns around back. And one strategy I like to do is crowd up against some buildings. It reduces their ability to see you, and it's harder for them to time a bomb as they try to dive bomb you. Stay tuned for part 2.